Okay, let's start this midsection here, if you will, the upper part of that base. So to do that, we're going to start by creating a plane out relative to this face. So we'll go back to features and we'll go to the planes, and we just want to pick this face now. And note we're flipped out away from that 0.06, which is what we need to be. It may come up to a default of 0.1. You just need to change that value, and we can see that that's where it needs to be. So we'll hit the check mark and we've got our plane. Now we can highlight that, right click, and start a new sketch. And then I'd want to go up here and go to the views and go normal to that plane. Now if it flips it the other direction, you can always hit that again and it'll flip the view back around. So we're going to go in there and draw a circle, and I'm going to, it really doesn't matter, I'm just going to put a circle in there. And you could, if you want, go ahead and type in a radius of 2. That's what it needs to be. Now obviously it's not in the right spot, so we'll go ahead and leave that where it is. And actually we will go ahead and smart dimension that. Let's go ahead and dimension to this edge right here, 2.13. Okay, and then we'll go from that center point again over to the edge here, and that wants to be 3.25. Oops, I don't know how I got the A in there. Okay, so that's good, and we could go ahead and put that dimension in there, but it's actually going to come up a diameter, and I don't want that. So I'll go ahead and draw a line. I want to make sure it's touching down here. It goes up and goes this way. And let's see, what do we need on that dimension wise? We know that from the center point to this line is 1.75. And what else do we know? We know that from this line to this line, that angle in there is 75. And that's all we know about that. But what we can do then is trim this line out here. And that's about it for now. Now the only reason that doesn't lock in is because we haven't put a dimension on this 2-inch here. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to mirror the entities, and I want to mirror this line and this line, and I want to mirror about, and I don't have a line, but let's go there. See, we'd have to select a sketch line, so we don't have a line there. So what we're going to do is we're going to create another line. Now this time though, we're going to create a center line, and we can cut that from, and actually let's do this. Let's do that a little different. Let's just create a line. Now note, if you create a line, you can come over here on this left side and you could say for construction, because it is. Go from there and just go straight down, and it doesn't matter how long it is. So that's good. So now we can do that mirror. We'll mirror this line and this line, and we want to make sure copy. We want to mirror about this line right here. Accept that, and you've got that locked in. So now we can do our trim and trim this part of the arc out, and then we can go ahead and dimension that, and we can see it's 2 inches, so we'll check mark there. And then finally we need to do one more thing, and that is to draw a line across the bottom here from this line, or that endpoint, to that endpoint. Okay, and it says it's underdefined, and we've got to, we never did define the height of this, did we? Let's see. That should be 0.56. So we'll put in another dimension. And we can just grab the line. In fact, that's showing 4.6, so it's 0.56. And notice they both went at the same time because it is a mirrored component. So we're good there. So we'll finish the sketch and we'll do a extrude boss. It didn't rotate around, so we'll look here and see that. Okay, now the overall length of this thing according to the drawing is 3.5. Enter. That's the wrong direction, so we'll flip the direction up here and we'll accept that. Of course, then we would probably hit the save button because we've done enough work that it's worth saving. Now personally, I like to put the fillets in last, although it probably wouldn't hurt to put some fillets up on these upper corners. So, and those are 0625. So we'll just pick that line right there, rotate this around and pick that line right there and accept them. Okay. And again, I'll hit the save button. Oops. There we go. Okay, now then the next thing we would need to do would be put some holes in this feature. And we want to go to the hole command. Okay, and it is a threaded hole. So we'll go with the simple threads here, straight tap. Okay, and we want a 1/4-20. Now don't worry about that 0.20 dimension that's right above it. It's the 1/4-20 that you're really worried about, because notice this 201, that's the size of the tap drill, and that's what that number is that's up above where it says 4 times diameter 0.2 to a depth of 0.63. So we will have to show that depth on there. So the end configuration for the hole, for the tapped hole, is blind, and we want that to be 0.63 is fine. It has to be 2 times, well, it has to be more than 2 times. The thread engagement needs to be 2 times, so if it's a 1/4, it's automatically going to be a 1/2 inch deep. That's based on the thread standard. And also note down here at the bottom, it is a 2B, which is what's shown on the drawing. So we're good there, so we can position. And we'll pick this face. And you can put it pretty much anywhere you want because we're going to dimension it. So you can just click, and we'll right click, and we'll put in Smart Dimensions. Now according to the drawing, we have to come off of this edge to the center. And that number is going to be 0.25. It's in a box. That box just means it's a basic dimension. And then it comes off of the bottom edge again here. We could pick this, zoom in here where we can make sure we get it, this line, that center. And that needs to be 0.37. And I think that's about it for that one. So we'll let's see, we got everything there. Yeah, so we'll hit the dimension, we'll hit the check on the hole position, and there's our hole. Now I showed you this in one of the other videos, and I'll show you again. Notice the hole looks smooth there. What we're going to do is go up to the top, and right next to SolidWorks, if you hit that triangle, just hover on it. You can go to Tools, Options, under Document Properties, Detailing, Shaded Cosmetic Threads. And there you go. Looks much better. Well, now you might say, well, wait a minute, now I need to have one on the other side too. I've got it over here. I got a hole here. So we'll go ahead and put that in. Now, I like to use the linear pattern here. And part of that is just so I can show you the linear pattern. First thing it asks me for is the direction. Well, I want to go along this line right here, don't I? There's your arrow for the direction. If you didn't like that direction, you could flip it right here. Okay, we can go with spacing and distance. Or excuse me, spacing and instances. Okay, now the distance between those two, it says, is 3 inches. Okay, and there you can see a line representing that, and you want 2 of them. Well, now we have to pick the feature, so we'll go down here and pick the features to pattern, and I'll expand out that storyboard again, and right there's my quarter 20, and I'll hit the check mark, and we should be, actually, if we here's the full preview. Okay, now that should be showing, except for the 3. I don't know that the 3 inches. Let's see, am I right on that number? Yep, 3 inches, so we should be good there, unless I don't have something else right, but let's check it. Oh, there's your pattern. No, that's not right, so let's right click on that pattern, edit the feature. Oh, it went back to 1/10 of an inch for some reason. Let's go 3 again. There we go. So there's my 3 inches. Hit the check mark. And we've got our second hole there now. Now that should be showing the threads just like the other one. I don't know why it's not showing those, but let's edit the feature and let's check that out. It is a tapped hole, so we should have that. Let's go geometry pattern, and maybe that'll. I'm still not giving it to me, so let's do this. Let's just check and see, make sure. It shouldn't be a problem, but we'll go back to document properties, detailing, shaded is on, hit OK. Huh, interesting. Never seen that happen before. So for now we're going to leave that go. Let's see, let's make a save here first. Okay, and then I'm going to try to close that file and bring it back and see if that'll take care of it. I think it probably will. So we'll close that, and then we'll open that back up. Let's see, let's go here. If we want to open the same file we just had, and there you go. Came back just like I suspected. Okay, get that back where it needs to be so we can see our other model. Okay, so now then what we need to do is get those on the other side. Now to do that, what we want to do is we want to create a new plane in the middle of that mess and mirror it. So what we can do is we've got plane 3 up here, so we'll just use that. Create a reference geometry based on that. And that needs to be 3.5 divided by 2. Obviously it's the wrong direction, so we'll flip that the other way. We'll look there, and look at there, it's going right through that center. Accept it, and that is the highlighted plane. You can see the dots on it, so we'll do a mirror. That plane came up automatically. We'll go ahead and pick, we need to pick the tapped hole and the pattern and accept it. And when you rotate it, oops, I must have missed a pattern. Well, let's go back. It sure isn't showing it, is it? So let's go back and edit that feature again. Yeah, I missed the pattern. So let's get the pattern. Oh, it must have got the plane for some unknown reason. Okay, so we're good now. We got the pattern. Add that in, and there you go. Now, the last thing we have to deal with is the rest of the fillets. And that can be kind of a trick. Now we're going to hit the save button here real quick, and then we're just going to go in there and start putting in fillets. Now, like I said, that can be kind of a bear. We've got to get the bottom of it filleted here. We've got to get these sides filleted, and this has to blend in at the same time. And that's all the way around. And then we also have to get the very top edge here filleted all the way around, with the exception of through this slot, and then we don't want it filleted on these faces here. So now let's see what we can figure out. Well, let's see. I think I'll start out, and that's a 1/16 of an inch fillet. 0.0625, and we'll go in there and pick this line right here, and we'll rotate around and pick the same line on the other side. And a lot of times you're better off if you do these separate from other stuff. It might be easier. Okay, we'll do another one. We'll just go recent commands, fillet, still in 1/16 of an inch, so we'll hit this line right here. Now note that's just getting that one, so you might want to go in there and grab that line. Let's don't do that. Let's cancel out, and we'll do it again. I think what I'm going to do is get this edge here. Okay, and notice that goes around to here. So maybe we'll grab this line right here, and now when it does that, that means you've got a problem. So let's cancel that, and I'm going to actually go back and delete these two fillets. We'll take them out. We'll go back into the fillet, grab this line, okay, and we'll grab this one. Could just go ahead and grab this and that, and accept that. Okay, now let's see, now comes the fun, and maybe I'll try the bottom under there again. I'm only going to do one this time. Rotate that around a little bit and zoom in. Accept that. Okay, it tried to do that. Let's rotate around and get the other side and see what happens. And we may end up having to back out of these couple here. Okay, and now let's see what we can do with this edge here. Notice it, yeah, it's not, yeah, that might accept it. Okay, still got a little bit of an ugly mess there, don't we? Let's try a fillet in there once and see what it does. Actually, let's fillet this face and that face and see what happens. Yep, doesn't like it. So we'll clear the selections. I don't think we want to pick that, but turn off the tangent propagation. Yeah, I don't like that. Let's try it with the faces again with the tangent propagation turned off. Still not going to do it. I'll hit that, but it's, yeah. So we're going to have to back out here. Let's see. Probably let's delete 10 and I don't want to delete that one yet. Let's delete, yeah, let's delete this one once and see what we can do. And basically you just have to keep working it. Okay, let's see. Oh, I need to put one there. So let's put one there once. Okay. And I might have should have put that before the before that other fillet. Let's see. So 10. Let's take 10 out of there for now. In fact, let's see. Yeah, let's leave that where it's at. Let's do a fillet and let's see if we can get these two faces to fillet now. See what happens there. Well, I figured. Doesn't like them. Let's clear the selections. Let's pick this. See what that does. Yeah, I kind of like that. Okay, then that should allow, let's see, so let's do the other side. Okay, so fill it. Let's get this. And then we'll get this, wasn't it? Yep. Okay. Looks good. Get the other side. And we'll do a fillet again. Oh, let's see, I gotta delete that first, don't I? Yeah, we gotta fill it. We gotta get rid of that. So we can get that fillet in there. And we'll do another one. Okay, zoom back here, rotate around. Looking good. Let's see now, did we put another fillet there? Okay, everybody looks good there. Let's try another one now. Okay, I'm gonna save real quick. And we'll fill it again. Let's fill it this line. And that gets both sides. We'll accept that. Like that. Do the same thing on the other side. That line goes around. Boom. Okay. And I believe that's it. Oh, nope. Yeah, that's it. Oh, nope. We still got the bottom here, don't we? So let's do fillet. Grab that line. Accept it. And that's good. Let's rotate around. Do the same thing again. Zoom in there where we can grab that line. Blends right around. Hey, everybody's happy. Middle mouse button, double click, zoom extents. And that's the end of that file. So we can save that. And we'll be done.